And today's matchup, which is just underway, is between the Long Beach Jordan Panthers and the St. Augustine Saints. Long Beach Jordan in the blue jerseys with black numbering and white trim. St. Augustine in the white jerseys with purple numbering and gold trim. Robert, these teams out on the floor. Long Beach Jordan going up against a feisty St. Augustine team. They haven't faced each other at all this season. Most of these teams don't really know much about each other, coming from different sections. What's their mindset going into a game like this?
Well, you have a traditional power in Jordan of the southern section against a San Diego power in St. Augustine. So it's kind of you do what you do well, and then you kind of see how that bounces out against the competition.
Three-point ball from the right wing on the way, no good by Rasheed Johnson, rebounded by St. Augustine, and taken coast to coast with a finish. Trey Kell, the junior guard, with a nifty left hand for St. Augustine. They take an early 2-0 lead. Jordan with the ball, right corner, Andre Springer, trying to get something set up. St. Augustine in a man-to-man defense here. The point guard, Rasheed Johnson, who will be playing football after he's done with his time here in high school. Just a junior, though, but a big-time football recruit. Long Beach Jordan trying to get something going. Shot clock down to 5, and the shot is up and good from the baseline. Keyshawn Mack, with that baseline jumper, and we're tied up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, Jordan's having to work really hard in the early going to get some shots off. That was a much contested shot, hand on his face. Good job to knock that down.
Another strong take by Kell, but it is off the mark. We're going to have a foul right around midcourt. That was Brenton Lamar, who got tangled up with the defender there, just with the ball handler, and almost tackled him there. An easy call for the officials. First foul of the game. Second foul, against St. Augustine.
Yeah, and both of them against Brenton Lamar, who's a UC Davis-bound Aggie. So important player for Saints. We'll see coach is going to let him go in and stay in the game.
Coach Hopt hates to see one of his top players with 2 fouls a minute and a half into the game. Free throw line jumper good by Rasheed Johnson. And the Panthers have their first lead of the game. A minute and a half in the national division here at the Holiday Classic at Torrey Pines. And we've got a foul. The ball will be down on the baseline. But we saw Drew Madsen, what he can do with a strong finish there. Not going to count, but some of the athleticism on display for the Saints. The Saints will have the ball at the baseline. Nice inbounds play and a good finish by Brent Jones over the left-hand side, and we're tied up at 4 apiece. Rasheed Johnson dribbling with the ball. Feeds it right baseline, jumper up, and no good. Rebound, Trey Kell. Kell going to look to push the ball up the floor. St. Augustine can score a lot of points, and they like to push the basketball. Coached by Mike Hopt, coming into this game with a 5-1 record. The Panthers of Long Beach Jordan 7-7, coached by Joel Roseborough.
Yeah, when you already play 14th or 15th game early in the going, you know what you can do well for Long Beach Jordan.
Drew Madsen's shot off the mark, rebound goes to the Panthers. Three-pointer from the right wing, good. Khalil Ferguson, a heavily recruited senior guard with the three-point jumper. And Long Beach Jordan has their biggest lead of the game. St. Augustine tries to respond. Nate Semenyega's three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken by Jordan. Another three on the way by Ferguson, good. Khalil Ferguson with back-to-back threes from the exact same spot on the floor. Somebody's got to guard Ferguson. St. Augustine responds. Trey Kell, left wing, and the three-pointer is good.
It's raining threes in the early part of this ball game. If Long Beach Jordan is going to shoot this well, Saints are in for a tough test.
The Panthers with the ball. Shot up and no good. Rebounded by Madsen. Samaniego will try to push the tempo. He's got the ball at the top of the key. St. Augustine thought about the three-pointer there with Lamar. Instead, he came in about a foot, and the jumper was off the mark, taken by the Panthers. They're going to push it up quick in transition, and the coast-to-coast bucket, good, Rasheed Johnson. And nobody got in his way there, Robert, and Coach Hop's going to call a timeout. You don't like to see that.
No, and that was in the early goings. Transition defense is going to be key for Saints because Long Beach Jordan loves to get up and down the floor and see if they can't get pretty active there. And do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web for more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Brian Vilvin and Robert Fields bringing you the action here from Torrey Pines High School and the Under Armour Holiday Classic, the 23rd version of this event here at Torrey Pines High School. National Division play on the first day. St. Augustine and Long Beach Jordan. Long Beach Jordan out of the southern section, and the Panthers enjoying a nice 12-7 lead here in the early goings against the San Diego section Saints.
Well, and Coach Mike Hopton didn't like anything his starters gave him, came in with a fresh 5 after that timeout.
The Saints will inbound the ball here with the 5 new players on the court. At the top of the key, that's Jack Drapp swinging it around. And thinking about the jumper, Eric Monroe, instead he hesitates. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Great defense being played, great pressure D by Jordan. And the shot attempt on the way, no good. Late foul called. Jake Ryan got fouled, and it might have been a little bit of a delayed whistle there.
Well, I know sometimes the refs like to wait until they see if the ball goes in or not before they call the foul, but that one was right in front of us. We didn't see much contact there. But interesting note, not very rarely are you able to go 10 deep, you know, for a basketball team. So interesting move. Yeah,
4 minutes into the game.
Interesting move here. But if you give up 12 quick points in the first 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, you do have to try something.
The second free throw up and good. The first one was no good. So St. Augustine now trails by 4. Long Beach Jordan pushing the ball up. Johnson at the top will swing it to Ferguson at the left wing. Ferguson being defended nicely. And the trap put on. Somehow Ferguson got out of it without traveling. And the shot was no good. Rebounded by the Panthers. Offensive board gets him a fresh 35. And Long Beach Jordan will set the offense up at the top once again with Ferguson. 2-3 zone by St. Augustine here. And a three-pointer from the left baseline. No good. And we're going to have a foul underneath. Looks like they're going to get the Panthers with a hold. I believe that foul going to be called on Mylon Meeks. That's the third personal, or the third team foul, excuse me, on the Panthers.
And it looks as if Jordan's going to be in this full court man-to-man pressure defense. Quick athletic guards.
Way to get through the defense by Eric Monroe, but then an ill-advised pass was knocked out of bounds. St. Augustine lucky to get that one back. Monroe, the freshman guard, will take the ball out underneath the basket. The officials now talking about this one, and they're correct. The ball belongs to Long Beach Jordan. I thought that was going to be the case there, as it looked like Monroe just pushed that out of bounds off of Drapp's foot. The Panthers will bring the ball up the floor. Rasheed Johnson being double teamed, gets the ball off, and a strong take by Samaj Thomas. Thomas thought about shooting it, instead kicked it out to Ferguson, whose jumper was no good. Rebounded by the Saints, and they throw it away. Might be a little bit of early game jitters here for these fresh 5 for St. Augustine. Like you said, not normally do you see a fresh new 5 guys out there this quick into a game. 2:45 left to play in the first quarter, but St. Augustine trying to get a spark here. We're going to have a defensive foul against the Saints, this time against Jake Ryan. That's the first on Ryan, third on the team. So both teams with 3 personal fouls here, 2:41 to play in the first quarter.
Well, this 5 is doing a good enough job. They've only given up, obviously, they haven't given up any points, and they scored 8 points. So their plus-minus is positive for them right now. So Coach Hopt is just buying some more time until he get his guys back in the ballgame.
Oh, and it might provide a wake-up call for the starting 5, and I'm sure that's what Coach Hopt is going for here. Plus, he's going to have a fresh guys out there. 3-point attempt, no good, air ball, no foul called against the Saints. That was Ferguson's attempt. Rebounded by St. Augustine, and they've got it in transition. Monroe at the top of the key. Kicks it out to Ryan, now right wing. Trying to get something going, ill-advised pass by Knapp. And Long Beach Jordan will score in transition. Great pass by Samaj Thomas to Khalil Ferguson for the easy left-handed bucket.
And this is on this side of the court, on the offensive side for Saints, is where you have trouble when you're without your star players. These guys can play defense. It's a matter if they can score the ball, as you see a missed 3 there.
3-pointer by Monroe, no good. And Jordan pushing it up in transition. They get another offensive rebound. That's 3 offensive rebounds in the last couple of minutes for Long Beach Jordan. Now we've got a tie-up down low. The ball's going to belong to St. Augustine, and the Saints will swap 5 more. 5 in, 5 out for the second time in this game for St. Augustine. They trail 14-8 with 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. And we'll see if these starters can respond now, getting a second chance out on the floor. A right baseline shot up, no good by Trey Kell. And the rebound goes to Jordan. Seems like Long Beach Jordan is getting their hands on every single rebound out there. Top of the key, Andre Springer. Gonna swing it around to Thomas, being defended. This first string been running that man-to-man defense for St. Augustine. Strong take over the right-hand side, basket no good. Rebound Saints. Samaniego pushing it up, gets it to Kell, and Kell off the glass.
Samaniego, the senior guard, back for his senior campaign after tearing his ACL, missed the entire season last year. And how great is that to have a senior leadership back at the point guard spot? And you see how as he pushed in transition there and got Kell an easy layup.
And Trey Kell, such a great finisher around the basket, a junior who got a ton of time as a freshman and sophomore. And now not afraid to go to that bucket. And like you say, with Samaniego dishing the rock to him, Kell's going to get another open look this time on the right wing and hits the 3 ball. So Trey Kell has woken up, and it's a 1-point basketball game. 5-0 run by St. Augustine with 30 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Illegal screen. I believe they're going to get Kell on that. Excuse me, fighting through that illegal screen with the elbow.
Foul charge to number 3, Trey Kell.
First personal foul on Kell, 14th foul against the Saints.
And with the early foul trouble of Lamar, Kell cannot afford to get in foul trouble as the 2 big guns for Saints already have 3 fouls between them.
The Saints stay in man-to-man defense. Right wing, that is Meeks, being defended by Kell. 15 seconds left. Jordan going to think about holding it for that last shot. Now 10 seconds on the clock. Shannon Cheston, left baseline jumper up and good by Deontay Wingfield. 1 second left in the quarter. Half court shot up and no good. So at the end of 1 quarter, it's Long Beach Jordan 16, St. Augustine 13 on PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the 23rd annual Under Armour Holiday Classic.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week. From your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Brian Vilvin and Robert Fields bringing you the action from Torrey Pines High School National Division play at the Under Armour Holiday Classic. This is the 3rd game of our coverage today, 3rd out of 7. Long Beach Jordan and St. Augustine, and the early edge goes to the Panthers. Robert, what'd you see out of Long Beach Jordan in that first quarter?
Well, they're using their speed to their advantage. They're getting up and down the court, playing tough defense, and then getting out in transition and trying to score the ball. And they're shooting the ball extremely well. They're knocking down a lot of open jumpers and contested jumpers at that.
Well, they got out to a hot start, and St. Augustine has clawed their way back into this basketball game. It's a 3-point game as we get started with the second quarter. Long Beach Jordan going left to right with the blue jerseys, St. Augustine in the white. And the ball's thrown away. Khalil Ferguson kind of got stuck in no man's land there, picked up his dribble and threw the ball away. St. Augustine will have it back. Just underway here in the second quarter. Samaniego swings it around to Kell on the right wing. Long Beach Jordan in the pressure man-to-man defense, trying to get offense going through D. Samaniego being trapped at the top of the key. And the Saints swing it back around again. Left wing, Samaniego. Screen set by Madsen, and a great pass by Samaniego to Madsen on the give and go. The pick and roll there. Beautiful pass and finish for St. Augustine. Left wing, Mack. He's going to get the ball to the left-hander, Ferguson. Ferguson with some fancy dribbling and a pull-up jumper around the free throw line, no good, and fighting for the rebound. I believe we're going to get a foul called against Long Beach Jordan. Deontay Wingfield going to be called over the back of Jake Ryan.
Foul charge number 15, Deontay
Yeah,
Wingfield.
Jordan did a good job on the last possession on defense, but Samaniego just probing enough, drawing the attention of the defense, especially out of that pick and roll, and gave Matson a great opportunity to finish.
Samaniego passing left baseline this time. It's deflected away by Rasheed Johnson. Like you say, so important to have that senior leadership at the point guard position, a guy who touches the ball every single possession. And they love having him back at St. Augustine. Looks like we're going to have a foul called down low. Rasheed Johnson got caught up with Trey Kell, and he gets his second personal foul here in the first half. Ball underneath. Still, the Panthers stay in man-to-man defense. Brent Jones over the left-hand side. Strong take by Jones and a finish. Jones saw an opening to the basket and took it, and St. Augustine has the lead back once again.
Yeah, Jones is sometimes seen as just that fifth guy on the court for Saints, but that time being strong and attacking and getting right to the basket.
And a great finish. We're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Roseboro and the Long Beach Jordan Panthers. 6:27 to play in the second quarter. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the 23rd annual Under Armour Holiday Classic.
Their first charge timeout.
Under Armour is the presenting sponsor of the 23rd annual Holiday Classic at Torrey Pines, a proud supporter of high school athletics. Under Armour's technology is complex, but its mission is simple: to make all athletes better through passion, design, and the relentless pursuit of innovation. To find out more or place an order, visit UnderArmour.com today.
The Panthers of Long Beach Jordan used their first timeout of the game. St. Augustine has used a timeout as well, so 4 timeouts remaining for both squads as we move forward here. 6.5 minutes to play, second quarter. The first round of games here in the National Division at Torrey Pines in the prestigious Holiday Classic. Top of the key, that's Johnson with the ball for the Panthers.
Late in the shot clock.
5 seconds on that shot clock. Johnson going to get one away from the right wing and hit the three. Gotta love that, hitting the three-pointer as the shot clock expires. 19-17, the Panthers have retaken the lead. Samaniego, right wing, top of the key. Jones, three-pointer, up and no good. The rebound taken by Ferguson. He's going to try to push it the other way. Ferguson finds Wingfield up top to Johnson, no good. Off the mark, rebound by Kell, and Samaniego is going to try to push it the other direction. Dribble between his legs and a strong take toward the bucket. Nate Samaniego is going to get up. Slightly shaken up, strong take there by Samaniego, but you got to hold your breath when you see him go down and come up slowly.
And he's walking off gingerly, so in comes the freshman point guard for Saints.
That freshman Eric Monroe for the Saints. Johnny Peterson, left wing, the left-hander. Swings it back up top to Jones, who's running the point. 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Three-pointer by Jones from the right baseline, no good. Rebound on the air ball by Martin Tomba, and the jumper good by Peterson.
Hey, great execution on the second chance, and able by Tomba just to keep that play alive for Saints. Got them a bucket, and this game is tied up.
Jordan trying to push it up quickly. Keyshawn Mack. Now it's back outside to Johnson. They're going to slow it down. 4:50 to play second quarter. Tied up at 19, and the ball's thrown away by Keyshawn Mack, looking for Khalil Ferguson, and just fired that one right out of bounds. Nice pressure defense by the Saints.
Yeah, and now the Saints have opportunity to take their second lead of the ball game out of one early.
19-19. Jones gets it picked out of his pocket by Mack, and Mack's going to go the other way and nearly made the bucket, but he was fouled in the act of shooting. Johnny Peterson going to be hit with the personal foul, and Mack will go to the line for a couple.
Can't be careless with these ball hawks on the defensive side for Long Beach Jordan. They're quick, they're athletic. You see how they like to play and get up and down the court. If you take 1 second and bring that ball up on the hesitation, they're right there all over you, looking to convert that into a bucket.
And you better be ready to run when you're playing against Long Beach Jordan. Getting back in transition defense, so important because they're looking to push the ball up the floor every single time. And they'll wear you out if you're not ready for it. Mack misses the first free throw attempt, the second on the way, and good to give the Panthers the lead once again. 20-19 with 4.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. The left wing, Peterson. A ball deflected out of bounds by Wingfield, and the Saints will have it on the sideline. 23 seconds left on the shot clock, 4:19 on the game clock. Tomba inbounds it, and it's nearly taken away. Nice defense there, but Eric Monroe picked it up, and then a late foul on the Panthers. Maybe a foul out of frustration there by Keyshawn Mack after not coming away with a steal. Not something you want to see if you're the coach.
Yeah, that's just a careless play there by Mack, and you know, you missed the steal, and then you just kind of tap back at it from behind, and it's just a careless play, and it puts him in the bonus and a chance for him to get to the free throw line when you're playing good defense.
Monroe, the freshman, goes to the line and is true on the first. He'll have a chance to take the lead with this second free throw. And you don't want to put a good shooter like Eric Monroe at the free throw line for free points, especially this early, already in the bonus with 4:15 to play in the second quarter. Well, Saints will be at the free throw line every foul.
It also lets Monroe see the ball go through the basket, and as a freshman, that does wonders for his game.
And Monroe gets blown right by Rasheed Johnson. No foul on the play. And then Saints tries to push it up quickly in transition. Monroe does the smart thing now, getting the ball back and slowing things down. Now Peterson, right wing, shot no good. Rebound taken by Long Beach Jordan. They're going to push the ball up the floor once again. Mack on the left side, being defended by Tomba. And Mack with a strong take with the left hand. They're going to call him with the charge. A little bit out of control there, and Drew Madsen got right in his way. Mack picks up his second foul in the last 40 seconds. And it's the 8th team foul on the Panthers, but the player control foul is not going to result in free throws for the Saints, but two kind of careless fouls by Keyshawn Mack in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, that one, it was just trying to do too much on the offensive side of the ball. We know they like to get up and down quick, but he had nothing there, and I think he tried about 30 different times. They changed possession. He tried about 30 different times to get the ball to the basket, and then finally end up charging, committing the foul.
That pass from Peterson off the leg of Madsen, and the Panthers will bring it up the court. Three-pointer in the baseline, no good. Air ball, rebounded by Madsen and pushed up the floor. Peterson, the lefty, with the runner, no good. Rebound taken by Jordan.
How about that for Andre Springer on the offensive side? You check right into the game, and within the first 5 seconds, you get a shot up for Jordan. He was quick to get that one back up.
Nice, strong rebound by Mylan Meeks. St. Augustine will bring Trey Kell back into the game. They like to use him on the offensive end. Try to add to his point total here for the Saints. 21-20 with 3:08 to play in the first half. Top key, strong take by Springer, fed off into the corner. And now Springer will find the open man. Johnson's jumper, no good, rebounded by Monroe. Monroe to Kell. And the Saints will get a three-pointer. John Dixon up, no good. Offensive rebound by Tomba. He feeds it off to Trey Kell, and St. Augustine gets an easy bucket there. Give that one to Tomba on the offensive board and an assist.
Hey, that's his second plus point where he's crashing offensive board and making something happen.
Three-pointer right wing, no good. Rebounded Saints. John Dixon swings it out to Monroe. Trying to get something set up down low to Madsen. Monroe now on the right baseline. Looking for Kell at the top of the key. Foul before the shot, and they're going to get St. Augustine away from the ball. That's number 25, Martin Tomba.
His first personal
Yeah,
foul.
and he got called on that one because he set his screens with his elbows out. He was in possession. He didn't move, but because those elbows came up so high near his chest level, they're going to get him for a foul call every single time.
That's the 7th team foul against St. Augustine. So Long Beach Jordan will be in the bonus as well. 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Left side, that's Meeks. Meeks loses the handle, but it's somehow kept alive. And Long Beach Jordan gets the ball up top to Andre Springer. And nearly lose the ball. They do lose the ball out of bounds. Some sloppy passing there by the Panthers. St. Augustine will have possession. They have a 3-point lead, 1.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Looking down low to Kell. Nice defense by the Panthers. They get the steal. And Jamu Achenbeil came away with the ball for the Panthers. Andre Springer doing a lot of dribbling and a double dribble.
Yeah, a little too much dribbling there as he got ready to pass and the defender was being guarded, so he thought he can just bring it back down and keep on dribbling. Ref is right on the spot there.
As a coach, you want to see guys making the pass, not dribbling it all over the place. Through a couple of double teams and eventually lost the basketball. Kell, right baseline, nice defense. Samaj Thomas deflects the ball away, and Long Beach Jordan will bring the ball up in transition. Crazy shot up, no good, and out of bounds off of the Panthers. That was Andre Springer again.
I almost feel like the referee swallowed his whistle on that call because he missed another dribbling violation there. So he said, well, it's my way to make it up by not calling that foul there. There's a reason that shot looked so awkward.
Well, the senior guard, Springer, getting in good position and then just kind of hurrying up a little bit too much. That ball off of Jordan out of bounds. St. Augustine will have it underneath the basket with a 3-point lead. Trey Kell, left wing, no good. Trey Kell rebound, left wing again, 3-pointer off the top of the backboard and no good. Rebounded by Achenbeil and the Panthers. And again, Long Beach Jordan trying to rush the ball, throw it away.
Yeah, I guess when you got to figure out there's a time to push and there's time not to push. And these guys are trying to push it every single possession. And under 40 seconds, you could have held for a quick 2-for-1, but they threw that one away.
4 turnovers in the last 5 possessions for Long Beach Jordan. They trail by 3 points. The shot clock is off, 20 seconds to play in the first half. Samaniego slowing things down. They want to make sure that they get the last shot of the half here. Trey Kell with a strong take, misses it, and tips in the rebound. 5 seconds left to play. St. Augustine up by 5. Springer taking it coast to coast and gets the shot off, no good. St. Augustine on a run to end the half. They will end the half with a 5-point lead, 25-20 in Game 3 of our coverage of the National Division at the 23rd Annual Under Armour Holiday Classic. It's playonsports.com, your destination for high school sports. We'll be back with the halftime show in just a couple of minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Under Armour Holiday Classic, the 23rd version of this event. Live from Torrey Pines High School in San Diego, California. It is halftime between Long Beach Jordan and St. Augustine. And Robert, on the scoreboard, the Saints have a 5-point lead. They trailed early because Long Beach Jordan came out to a quick start. And in an interesting move, Coach Hop took out the entire starting lineup for St. Augustine, subbed 5 players. And when the starters came back in, they really responded. St. Augustine took over that first half late there in the second quarter.
Yeah, for Saints, they've been off for a few days, and you can kind of get really anxious about your next ball game. And I think that's what happened with some of these players. They were just so ready to go that they weren't ready to go, So then it took a second to have a seat on the bench and see the game unfold in front of them, and then be able to come back in and have a positive impact. And one of those players having a positive impact is Trey Kell, who has 10 points already in this first half of play for the Saints. And he's really doing it all for them. But one of the players that has done well for them as well is Tumbo, who's come in and be able to keep some balls alive on the offensive side and also make some good passes to get Kell some of those easy looks.
Yeah, you talk about Martin Tumba, and before he came in, it seemed like Long Beach Jordan was getting every single rebound, both on the defensive and offensive end. And then he came in, kind of changed the momentum for St. Augustine, coming off the bench and doing a real nice job for Coach Hopton and the Saints. And for the Panthers, toward the end of the half there, they started to speed things up to a point where they were playing out of control. And they didn't do that during the first quarter and a half. So that's something I'm sure that Coach Roseborough was talking to the Panthers at halftime. But they're right in this basketball game. Plenty of time to get back into it. 2 full quarters to go. This team playing their 15th game of the season already. St. Augustine only playing their 7th. So this team has been together quite a bit this year and already an experienced team. We'll see how they respond here in the second half as St. Augustine brings it in. Kell looking down low to Madsen in a swat, but the offensive rebound goes to Kell, and he misses the putback. Nice defense there by the Panthers, and a 3-point attempt on the way and an air ball. Now Brenton Lamar in transition. Great finish with the right-handed finger roll.
And hopefully for Saints, that gets Brenton going. Again, had a rough go in that first half with 2 personal fouls.
Rashid Johnson coast to coast with the response. Nice finish. And Lamar again coast to coast, back to back. Lamar, then Johnson, and Lamar once again, and Saints has a 7-point lead.
We talked about transition defense so much for Saints, but Long Beach Jordan is getting up a lot of points in transition just the same.
Well, both teams scored 6 points in about 10 seconds on the clock there. Baseline jumper on the way and good. Keyshawn Mack with the bucket. So both teams here with a couple of buckets to open up a high-scoring second half. Lamar with the fancy footwork and the shot up, no good, rebounded by the Panthers. That is Ferguson. Ferguson with the left hand gets his own rebound and puts it in. Great follow. Unacceptable for St. Augustine, and Coach Hop is calling a timeout. He's upset. Oh, excuse me, the Panthers with the timeout there, but great hustle play by Khalil Ferguson. And Long Beach Jordan's made this a 3-point basketball game.
Today's game is brought to you by Give It. Highlight life's epic moments with Give It, and by the Lucky Duck Foundation, whose mission is to raise awareness and funds for charitable causes. Also, Torrey Pines Bank, where business gets done.
Brian Vilvin and Robert Fields coming to you live from Torrey Pines High School and the Under Armour Holiday Classic. 6:32 to play in the third quarter. St. Augustine leading Long Beach Jordan 29-26. And this second half has been fast-paced and furious as the teams are exchanging blows back and forth. St. Augustine switches the point guard. They bring back in the freshman Eric Monroe, who's getting some valuable playing time here. Trey Kell at the top of the key gets it to Monroe again, and Monroe looking down low to Lamar. The ball deflected away. Nicely done on the defensive end by Rashid Johnson, and St. Augustine will have it underneath the basket. Monroe, the inbounder, looking at Knapp. Knapp, no good. Rebound, Kell. The offensive board still fighting for it. Goes off of Jack Drapp for St. Augustine, and the Panthers will have a chance. They could tie the basketball game with this possession. trailing by 3, 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Rashid Johnson running the point. Crossover and a jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a tough shot there by Johnson, and you got to believe you can get a better one than that, than a contested 15-foot pull-up.
Offensive foul called against the Panthers. Deontay Wingfield with the call. Second foul on Wingfield. First foul of the second half for either team. Full court pressure defense being played by the Panthers. Lamar lost the handle on it there for a second. Kell from the left wing, strong take of the left-hand side. It's blocked, but he gets his offensive rebound, and then another offensive board by who else? Tomba with the board and a putback. He's going to go to the line for a couple.
Yeah, and Kell's having a rough go there, but fortunately for him and for the Saints ball club, Martin Tomba, who's come in and given this team a little bit of life off of the bench, he's doing a great job, again, doing the dirty work and hustling around the rim.
Well, Tomba's a guy that you talked about at halftime as a big difference maker for St. Augustine. He hits the first free throw, and Drew Madsen checks back into the game for St. Augustine, but Tomba getting minutes right now because Coach Hop sees the difference he's making out there. And Long Beach Jordan and Coach Roseborough's got to find somebody to get a body on Tomba on the offensive end. Both free throws perfect by the freshman Martin Tomba. A couple of freshmen out there on the floor for St. Augustine right now. Top of the key, that's Springer down low, and Ferguson with the finish. What a left there by Khalil Ferguson. Looked under control the whole time. Monroe with the shot attempt, no good. Rebounded Kell, and now that was Brenton Lamar with the follow. Lamar with another offensive board. 3 offensive rebounds in the possession for St. Augustine. And if they control the offensive glass like that, they're going to be in good shape here. They've got a 5-point lead. The Panthers have the ball. And they throw it away. As long as that was not touched, and the officials say it was not touched by Eric Monroe. And again, Long Beach Jordan with some sloppy passing and an easy turnover for the Saints.
Yeah, Long Beach Jordan, when they have to run something on offense, that's when it gets a little difficult for them.
Samaniego back out there. Nice to see him on the floor. Trey Kell's three-pointer up and no good, but he gets the steal and now feeds it off to Drew Madsen. Madsen misses the layup, and the Panthers get the rebound. They're looking to push it. Rashid Johnson, pull up, off the glass, good. That is a huge 4-point swing there for Long Beach Jordan. After Madsen missed the layup, Johnson took it coast to coast and finished pretty off the glass.
And in this quarter alone, that's about 4 or 5 missed layups for St. Augustine around the basket. It hasn't doomed them as much as the last one by Madsen because they've been right around the rim to get some extra tips and kickback outs, but they're missing a lot of easy putbacks right now.
Long Beach Jordan has a chance to tie the game up in this possession. Fadeaway jumper up, no good. Ball out of bounds, last touch by Andre Springer. But again, Robert, this Long Beach Jordan team has come out very hot here in the second half. They started off the first half very hot with 12 quick points. They have 10 points in the first 4 minutes of this second half. So their offense has kind of come to life here again. 3-point basketball game. Samaniego, nice to see him back on the court for St. Augustine. Top of the key, Lamar, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Madsen, strong board, but he can't finish with the left. Johnson looking to push it. Left wing, strong take, no good. Aukenbile, rebound by the freshman Tomba. Samaniego, top of the key, pull-up jumper, no good. Offensive rebound. St. Augustine had 2 guys fighting over the offensive rebound with one another, and they lost it to Jordan. Strong take again, Johnson, Rashid Johnson. Such a strong take and a great finish right off the glass. The junior making some noise here for Jordan. They trail by 1. Nice take by Brenton Lamar. Now we see what he can do.
Well, I think you mentioned it when you were talking about Rasheed Johnson, the strong take. He's a big guy out there, although not very tall, but he's wide shoulders, able to get to the basket and take some contact.
Pull-up jumper, Johnson, no good. Rebound to St. Augustine. Looked like the Saints might have got away with a foul underneath the bucket. Samaniego throws it away. Uncharacteristic mistake out of the senior. And the Panthers looking to push it, looking to take the lead again. The shot off the mark, and the rebound goes to Drew Madsen and the Saints. Samaniego wants to slow it down.
I'll tell you what, Seth Gilroy for Jordan, the sophomore guard, seems like almost every time he touches it, he's thinking about scoring out there on the court, and unfortunately couldn't get that last one to go.
Lamar stayed away from a travel there. Left wing, 15 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter in a game that's flying by. Not a lot of stoppages in play. Lamar, right wing, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get one off. We've got an offensive foul on Brenton Lamar.
Yeah, and that's actually the second time that Lamar's got away with that push-off. The first time was down on the defensive side of the ball. That time he just got caught pushing off right by the basket.
3 fouls against Brenton Lamar. And we'll see if Coach Hop decides to pull him out of the game with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Trey Kell getting off the bench. Got to imagine he's going in to replace Lamar. Got a hold down low here, called against Jake Ryan. The Panthers will have the ball underneath the basket.
Personal foul, second same team foul.
And Lamar does come out of the ball game. Long Beach Jordan trailing by 3. They trailed by 5 at the half.
Now watch for the post up here for Ferguson.
Ferguson coming around a screen on the baseline. Three-pointer on the way, no good, but he gets his own rebound, always flying toward that offensive glass. May have gotten away with a push-off there. Jumper no good, and still fighting for the rebound. Samaniego looks like he's going to come away with it. But the officials call a foul. Didn't see what they called there, Robert.
Foul charge number 12.
Well, that was definitely a flop. I know you said it might have been a push-off.
Third St. Augustine team foul.
Jake Ryan called with his third foul. Three-pointer on the way, no good by Ferguson. Offensive rebound by the Panthers, and we got a jump ball as Jake Ryan blocked the shot there. The shot attempt by Jerome Mangrum, and Long Beach Jordan will keep the ball. About their 4th time taking it out underneath the basket in this possession.
We get to see their whole repertoire of baseline out of bounds plays.
This one is handled at the near midcourt by Mangrum. He gets it into the hands of Andre Springer, and Springer gets it to Ferguson, right wing. Khalil Ferguson being guarded by Brent Jones. Takes it into Jones, and he's going to get the foul. Ferguson baited Brent Jones into that foul there. A little Kobe-esque play.
Yeah.
The ball fake, and Jones left his feet. That's something that you got to preach as a coach. Do not leave your feet. Nothing but trouble happens when you do that.
Well, we talked about for Jordan how tough it is for him to score, but it's because Saints are playing pretty good, tough man-to-man defense. And for Jordan, they're doing a lot of dribbling up top and having to be bailed out. And unfortunately, they have a guy like Ferguson who can do some bailing out for them. And that time, they were able to create his own shot and drew the foul.
Khalil Ferguson, the senior guard, misses the second. He made the first. Then again, he's fighting for that offensive board. Instead, it goes to Trey Kell. Kell looking at Jones. Jones nearly threw it away, but it was handled underneath the basket. Nice job underneath by Jake Ryan controlling that ball. And St. Augustine extends their lead to 4. Ferguson, top key three-pointer on the way, no good. Might have been an ill-advised shot there by Ferguson, but the offensive board goes to Long Beach Jordan. Trey Kell with a nice steal, and Saints averted some trouble there.
Well, that shot is good for Ferguson late in the shot clock, but as soon as you cross over half court, hesitation pull-up jumper with 20 seconds on the shot clock isn't the shot that you want.
15 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. Saints can wait for the last shot if they choose. Trey Kell, left wing, with 10 seconds left to play. Top key, three-pointer up and no good, but the offensive board goes to Saints. 2 seconds, 1 second, shot on the way, no good. In and out attempt by Jake Ryan. And the score after three, 37-33, St. Augustine leading Long Beach Jordan. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the 23rd annual Under Armour Holiday Classic at Torrey Pines.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. And Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Brian Vilvin and Robert Fields coming to you live from Torrey Pines High School and the 23rd annual Under Armour Holiday Classic. Long Beach Jordan and St. Augustine in a dogfight here. 1 quarter to play, 37-33. St. Augustine leading Jordan. And the Saints bringing it out to start the second half. Brenton Lamar, left wing, he's got 3 fouls. And the basketball. Samaniego, strong take over the left-hand side, and he's going to go to the line. Nice take by the senior guard, Nate Samaniego.
Number 15, Deontay Wingfield. That's his 3rd personal foul, 3rd Panther team foul. 2 foul shots for the Saints. Number 1.
3rd foul called against Deontay Wingfield. It's the 3rd foul against the Panthers this half. 4 fouls on St. Augustine in the second half. Neither team in real foul trouble as Samaniego hits the first. And the second. So the Saints match their biggest lead of the game so far at 6 points, 39-33 with 7:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Ferguson down low being defended by Samaniego. Out of bounds, last touch by the Saints.
Now Ferguson and Samaniego is a battle that you don't expect in a block, but Samaniego is not going to give up any ground to Ferguson as he's trying to get down there and post up.
Pass, ill-advised pass right into the center of the key by Johnson. He'd like to have that one back as it was intercepted by the Saints. And now Trey Kell, left wing, thought about taking a three-pointer, but instead got it to Samaniego. Samaniego, a lot of dribbling, top of the key, pull-up jumper, no good, rebound, Ferguson. The lefty leading the break, might have got away with a walk, but a finish for the Panthers, and it's a 4-point game.
Well, I think on our last possession, Samaniego had a mismatch with Tombo on the post and didn't get it to him.
Three-pointer good by Brenton Lamar. A huge three for the Saints. And their lead is now 7. Johnson, pull-up, no good. Rebounded Jones. Brent Jones leading the break the other way. Throws one up, it's no good, but the offensive rebound goes to Saints, and another offensive board. Brent Lamar with another one, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point St. Augustine lead. Another possession with 3 offensive rebounds for the Saints.
The Saints are winning this ball game exactly because of that, the offensive glass.
Ferguson off balance, left hand, no good, but he gets his board and misses the putback. But Ferguson seems like every time he misses, he's the one hustling after the ball more than anybody. And as the shooter, you know where the rebound's going to go as Trey Kell hits another three-pointer. And the Saints have opened up a double-digit lead by 12 points. Robert, we'll keep it right here as Long Beach Jordan takes a timeout. 6:03 to play in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard, what was a 2-point game is now a 12-point game. What have the Saints been doing to open things up here in the fourth quarter?
Well, they've been crashing the boards on both sides of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, they're getting easy tip backs. And then on the defensive side, they're grabbing the boards and they're quickly getting out in transition on their own and scoring quickly before Long Beach Jordan gets back. For Jordan, they're going to need to manufacture better shots. They're taking a lot of contested one-on-one jumpers that is not conducive to them winning this ball game.
Well, the Saints and the Panthers looking to advance to the quarterfinals of the Holiday Classic, the 23rd edition of a prestigious tournament that has seen a lot of talent come through these doors and play on this court. The championship last year, DeMatha and Windward is a team that we'll see in the next game playing against Newark Memorial, and those two teams have squared up in this tournament countless years. Seems like every single year we're covering Newark Memorial and Windward. So that should be a great one. That's coming up next, folks, right here on PlayOnSports.com's continuing coverage of the Holiday Classic. The winner of this game between St. Augustine and Jordan will play against Army-Navy, who just knocked off Lincoln of Washington in the other first-round game, as Ferguson with the pull-up jumper is fouled, and he'll go to the line for a couple. Khalil Ferguson forcing the issue on the offensive end. He's got to get something, or trying to get something going for Jordan. Not afraid to pull the trigger.
Not at all. And he's getting them up. He's getting his field goal attempts up there, and at that time he earned himself a trip to the line as Samaniego got his arm after the shot.
On the way he hustles after the offensive rebounds, you can't ever fault the kid as he makes the first free throw and hits the second as well. So all the offense coming from Khalil Ferguson right now in the fourth quarter for the Panthers. They trail by 10. And Ferguson nearly gets a steal. Nice job by Lamar to corral that ball for the Saints. And then they get it to Kell, who was blocked. And the Panthers coming in transition. Johnson gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson with a take over the left-hand side, and a foul called against the Saints. That foul was called on Brenton Lamar, I believe. That'll be the fourth foul on Lamar. The Saints arguing that might have been another late whistle.
Yeah.
16 fouls against St. Augustine. So from here on out, the Panthers will be going to the line on fouls.
Yeah. Coach Hopt is not even looking back towards that bench. Lamar in his fourth foul.
The first free throw good by Ferguson. So if you're trailing in a game like Long Beach Jordan is right now, Ferguson hits the free throw again. So he's hit 4 straight free throws in the last 2 possessions. But if you're trailing, the best way to get back into a game is by, nice take by Lamar, no good off the mark, rebound Johnson, by getting easy points at the free throw line while the clock stopped. Ferguson, strong take again. The leaner, no good air ball.
Well, that one is a tired shot by Ferguson. I mean, he probably one of his better looks he's going to get all day on a quick little drive and a floater, but he's gassed. He's been getting them up, and that time you could tell he just left that one extremely short.
That was about 2 feet short, uncharacteristic. The ball out of bounds, last touch by Drew Madsen, so the Panthers trailed by 12 a minute ago. Now they trail by 8. They've got a chance to cut even deeper into that deficit. Make this a little closer of a game. Right wing, Rasheed Johnson. Strong take, pull-up jumper, no good, just off the mark. Rebounded by Brent Jones. And Jones will push it up to Trey Kell on the right wing. Kell doing a smart thing, slowing things down. Right now, St. Augustine wants to limit the amount of possessions left in this game. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Lamar, strong take over the left-hand side, lost the handle, but it was last touched by St. Augustine. So the Panthers will get it back again. That's 3 straight defensive stops for Long Beach Jordan. They've got to be pleased with that. And St. Augustine and Coach Hopt will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout. 4:15 to play in the fourth quarter. St. Augustine 47, Jordan 39.
Under Armour is the presenting sponsor of the 23rd Annual Holiday Classic at Torrey Pines. A proud supporter of high school athletics, Under Armour's technology is complex, but its mission is simple: to make all athletes better through passion, design, and the relentless pursuit of innovation. To find out more or to place an order, visit underarmour.com today.
4:15 to play in the fourth quarter. of game number 3 of 7 on our slate today on PlayOnSports.com. It's the St. Augustine Saints with an 8-point edge over Long Beach Jordan. And Rasheed Johnson bringing the ball up the court for the Panthers. Ferguson, and a timeout's going to be taken by Jordan, and Coach Roseborough not pleased with what he saw out there.
Well, you draw up a play out of a timeout, and then it doesn't get executed, and you can get highly upset. And, I saw him look back at his bench, and he wanted to throw somebody else in there, and unfortunately, there wasn't anybody else that he wanted to put in. So I understand the frustration when you draw something up, and it doesn't just happen that way.
Well, he didn't waste too much time before calling that timeout and giving his team a second chance to make it happen. So we'll see if the Panthers can respond and do as their coach wishes. And I'm sure we'll find out pretty quickly once this ball gets inbounded whether or not they got the job done. St. Augustine going to take full advantage of this full timeout by the Panthers. They're not sending their kids out quick. They say, hey, you give me a minute, I'm going to take the full minute. So we'll see what the Panthers have drawn up now. Rasheed Johnson bringing the ball up. St. Augustine now putting a trap defense on. A little different look here. Now they're back to that man-to-man. Johnson at the top of the key. Pull-up jumper, good. Rasheed Johnson makes it a 6-point game, and just like that, Jordan is right back in this one. Samaniego now has it right wing for the Saints. St. Augustine needs to get something going here. They've gone 4 straight trips without a bucket on the offensive end. Now Long Beach Jordan has scored on 3 of those 4 trips in response, and now it's a 6-point game. Trey Kell's going to lose the handle on it, stolen away by the Panthers. And an offensive foul called on Keyshawn Mack. Mack looked like he was debating whether or not to pass that ball to Samaj Thomas, and at the last second decided to keep it himself and barreled over the St. Augustine defender.
Yeah, we don't have the stats, but I don't imagine Long Beach Jordan is piling up the assist. A lot of these guys love to keep it themselves and score the ball, and that was a great opportunity where you drop that off and let your teammate do the work, and you take the recognition and have your name called out for the assist.
Jones right wing, 2:50 to play in the contest. Lamar, pull-up jumper, good. St. Augustine scores, ends a little bit of a scoring drought there. Hadn't scored in about 2 minutes of play, and now they extend their lead out to 8 points. Take over the right-hand side, shot no good by Thomas, and it's rebounded by the Saints. And Trey Kell nearly threw that one away. Samaniego has it, being pressured. Trap here. Kell right side, off a feed from Jones, gets his own offensive rebound, and then Drew Madsen gets an offensive rebound. Brenton Lamar comes away with the basketball somehow. Pull-up jumper, good.
Usually when you fall to the ground, it's got to be something, a travel, a jump ball. They just let him play that time.
Rasheed Johnson, pull-up jumper, no good. St. Augustine pushing it. Lamar loses the handle. Stolen away by Springer. 11-point St. Augustine lead, 1:45 to play. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Offensive rebound, Jordan. Strong take, Mack, no good again. Just off the mark, another offensive rebound by Jordan. And it's blocked out of bounds to the Panthers. 11-point St. Augustine lead with 1:34 to play. And Coach Roseborough uses another timeout. This one a full timeout. And Robert, it's been an interesting couple of minutes out there on the court as neither team had anything going for a minute. And then Jordan kind of had a good 2 minutes, and then St. Augustine responded right away with 5 quick points to extend their lead back out to double digits.
Well, when Jordan looks back on this ball game, if they're unable to come away with the win, it's going to be because they didn't really share the ball that well. We're seeing plenty of times where they are kind of going one-on-one basketball, and when a guy gets the ball, it's, oh, I haven't shot in about 3 minutes. Let me go ahead and get this one up. And conversing on the other side of the ball with Saints, they're doing a good job. They got guys that are stepping up, playing their role. Tumbo, again, we talked about him a lot, where he's grabbing rebounds, kicking back out. Lamar staying steady, even though he had a lot of foul trouble in early goings. He's making stuff happen. And Samaniego, the point guard, is doing a great job of setting guys up and making sure things happen. So you look kind of as a team versus individual in the later parts of this ball game.
The Panthers will have Johnson taking it out underneath. Looking to get that ball inbounds to Mack. He does so. Mack baseline jumper up, no good. Rebound by Brenton Lamar. Lamar might have got away with a little bit of a push off there, and he's got 4 fouls. But no call from the officials. They look down low to Trey Kell, who loses the handle going out of bounds. But a foul will be called, so Kell will go to the line for a couple. 1:19 to play in the fourth quarter, and St. Augustine in control here.
5th Panther team foul. 2 foul shots for the Saints, number 3.
Been a kind of sloppy fourth quarter here for both sides. But St. Augustine has taken advantage of some good opportunities on the offensive end. And they've been hitting their jumpers.
Absolutely.
Kell misses the first free throw attempt. He'll have another coming. And Kell hits the second free throw. The Saints match their biggest lead of the game at 12 with 1:17 to play. Johnson, jumper, no good. Rebound, Kell. Samaniego will control it. Jordan coming out on that full court defense. Trying to get a steal. Jones at the top of the key. Looking down low, loses the handle. Long pass to Tomba. Probably an ill-advised pass there, going right across the middle with a couple of defenders in between you and the intended target, but they got away with that one.
Yeah, it was the right idea. That you just can't make a mistake on that type of pass. You know, if it's kind of risk-reward, and that time they were very lucky that the ball was tipped out of bounds.
If you're going to do it, you got to execute it. If you're going to take the chance, you better execute it, or else Coach Fields pulling you right out of the game. Lamar getting trapped at the top of the key, gets it to Tomba. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 45 seconds on the game clock. And the ball's thrown away. St. Augustine gets it. Samaniego, as the shot clock expires, hits the jumper. 14-point lead for St. Augustine. Samaniego getting the job done. Three-pointer on the way for Jordan. No good. Rebound Samaniego. And all he'll have to do is get the ball across midcourt. And this game will be in the books. 15 seconds left. St. Augustine with a 14-point lead. Trey Kell with the ball. Long Beach Jordan giving a little bit of fight here, but not going to get it done as the clock expires and St. Augustine wins 55-41 over Long Beach Jordan. And Robert, as we look back and try to decide a player of the game for the Saints, there were a lot of really solid performers out there in the first half. There was a whole lot of Trey Kell, and then in the fourth quarter there was a whole lot of Brenton Lamar as well. But a guy who was steady throughout and is a new guy back in the lineup after an injury all last year, Nate Samaniego, he had a pretty steady game the entire time, really kept St. Augustine under control when things seemed to be getting out of hand for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that steady presence, you know, he was one of the first guys back on the floor after that first 5 that was subbed out, and he was just able to come back in, keep the team calm, keep guys working, handle the pressure of this tough Jordan team and bringing the ball up the court, and then able to be successful on the offensive side of the basketball.
So Nate Samaniego, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, and the St. Augustine Saints move on. They will advance to the quarterfinals where they'll take on the Army-Navy Warriors in a quarterfinal matchup tomorrow right here on PlayOnSports.com. St. Augustine defeats Long Beach Jordan 55-41. And the next game on the slate for us, which will start in just under 10 minutes, will be the Windward Wildcats against the Newark Memorial Cougars. And again, folks, that is just a few minutes away. Congratulations once again to St. Augustine for moving on to the quarterfinals of the 23rd annual Under Armour Holiday Classic on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.